boys become champions. All 67. And then he's a Westman. The first game in the thousands. You see the boys become champions.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Celtic Rumours TV, episode number 180 of the Bawz and Bovril podcast with myself, Mark, joined tonight with Big Jerry. How you doing, Jerry boy?
Evening, Marco. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, bud. I'm good. What about you?
You know what? Living the dream, my man.
Living the dream as always.
You better believe it.
It's a podcast with our forum at forums at www.celticrumours.co.uk. Everybody's more than welcome to come out there and join in. It's mostly moaning the now, but everybody's more than welcome out there as well. We've got a wee Discord in that as well, and everything that linked is in the link tree in the description box below. A few shout outs to got some of the guys off here, obviously Paul, Terence. I messaged Terence to see if he's coming on, but I've not heard back from him. Jerry McGinn, old Tim Alloy, JFP, Mikey, Big Jabba, Kev, Malika. Plunge, I don't know how you, if you can hear us, I don't know how you get blocked. I can only apologise for that. It must have been a mistake, but I think I've unblocked you now. Just apologies, mate, honestly. Evening, Bobby, first in again there. There must be a fix on he's in first all the time. Tim Alloy, nice to see you. Liam Doyle, William Smith, thanks for coming in, lads. Frank Kennedy, Brian, nice to see you, Brian. Drop bags. Paul McLaughlin. Nice to see you again, Paul. William Smith, thank you. Tim Smell the Glove, thanks for coming in again, mate. Good to see you. There, Plunge there. Aye, go to sorry, bud. Sorry, Plunge, about that. That's all I can say, mate. But I don't know how. Just a mistake. I'm blaming Bobby. I'm not taking the blame for it. You're getting the blame for it, Bobby. That's us then. Well, looks as if unless there's going to be some kind of disaster, it looks as if the first signings and ready to be announced anyway, doesn't it, Jerry?
Who's that going to be?
Big Kasper Schmeichel.
Aye. I don't know. As I texted you the other night when it got announced, he's been a cracking keeper, and I think he'll do a job for us, at least for this season coming. But you're hoping that you're trying to bring in somebody else, a younger lad that's maybe hopefully going to learn off. We're one of the boys that are there now. But I think he'll do a job. He's been a decent keeper and he'll have a big voice in the changing room, so he'll love it going forward. I think he played a full season last season, I think, with Anderlecht, so
Aye.
He's still been playing at a decent level. And I think he's older than Hart, and it wouldn't be the ideal side. But I think all in all, it'll be a good sign. Definitely somebody will be good in the changing rooms. So we'll just need to hope things kick a bit.
I'm more than happy for him to be our goalkeeper this coming season, but I put it up the forum earlier on. I was answering somebody. For me, that's the number one took care of for this season, the number one position. Surely at time, Siegrist is going to be away. Let's face it, he'll be away. The guy himself thought he was away, didn't he, even with his messages on social media and stuff like that. Bain's got to get moved on as well. So I'm hoping the plan is, as we were saying there, Jerry, it's like we bring in Schmeichel for this season, and then we bring in our younger guy as a number two. The young guy, see, look, mate, I mentioned him for Aston Villa the other day. He was out on loan at Exeter last season.
The Finnish guy.
The Finnish player, somebody like that, bringing him in. just to bed him into the club, get him ready for next season. There's enough games we can play a reserve keeper in, a young keeper like that. He's not as if I've thrown him in cold. Do you get what I mean? He's played games in his career, and that's like. And then in the maybe even next season, Schmeichel signs the extension, and he becomes the number 2. Do you know what I mean? He's a wee year older and stuff like that. But I mean, that's the way a well-run club would be looking at things. If Celtic got that kind of vision in there, I mean, if they get people in there that's got that kind of vision.
That was what I was going to say to you, man. That doesn't sound like us. However, the way things have been going over the summer, I think Rodgers is definitely the main man in charge of who's coming in and who's going out. So this is definitely a Rodgers signing. And as I think you said somewhere else before on the site, if we had dragged our heels and waited in this, say for talk's sake, Lavakovic, it gets to the end of August, he's stringing us along, and then all of a sudden something falls through or something else happens, we don't get him. But yet we knew we could have had Schmeichel in pre-season, playing games and in the door.
Aye.
So I know I'm happy enough that he's got it, and it would be fantastic if we were showing a wee bit of foresight, mate. And that was our kind of forward thinking. But as I say, Rodgers is in charge, so obviously that's definitely a Rodgers signing. It's who he's wanted in, whether it's for a number 1, a number 2, or just a bit of experience and presence in that dressing room and for these European games. So no, it's a good sign. I said once we get one in, I don't think we're far away from getting another couple in. Bernardo and Ida, I wouldn't be shocked if they were on that, were playing, or at least out there for that second game.
Aye. I mean, there's O's away to Genk today.
Aye.
They're saying we get £4 or £4.5 million for him.
I know, daylight robbery, plus no doubt a sell-on clause as well. It's a shame. I mean, I think he'll do
he'll do well. He will.
I think he'll do.
I don't know. There was just, I know he's kind of struggled at Celtic, but there's just something about the boy I kind of liked. Just the way do you know what I mean? I don't know, but I think he'll go and have a decent enough career. He'll score goals. He definitely will.
Aye.
Tuesday, smell the glove, we fly out. Tuesday.
We shouldn't even need to wait till all goes before we can bring Ida in. That shouldn't be related any which way at all. So I'm just hoping that we put down the money for. I mean, we're great at getting in transfer fees for above and for players that you wouldn't have thought. I mean, you would have thought you'd get 4.2 or whatever it is for O. And then some of the other ones we've sold, we've got decent money in for. So we shouldn't be the money we've got. We shouldn't be fanning about. We should just give Benfica what they want for Bernardo, because we knew the fee before he came in loan, and then Ida's a wee bit different. We never had the foresight to get a transfer fee put in his deal, so we've got a wee bit of messing about. He wants to come, we want him. So what's the hold up here? Get it done.
We've left out of the Norwich squad yesterday as well. I seen our manager come out and said it was because he was playing international friendlies and that, but it's a tough pre-season friendly. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
The managers want to look at it, supposedly want to look at before he decides. There was an ideal. That deal for me is done, dusted.
I think so. If he's saying to them he's wanting to go and all the rest of it, then they're not going to try and keep an unhappy player. So they'll just be trying to squeeze Celtic for every penny they can get. But, I mean, £6 million, fair do. That's the going rate now. Everything's went, the price of everything has went up. So if we need to pay the 6, we pay the 6. Same with Bernardo. It's got to be 6 for him. I think we're trying to get it for 6.5 to 4.5. But for the sake of a couple of £1 million, we know what kind of job he's going to do. And as I say, I don't think it shouldn't hinge on what O'Reilly's doing. I'm hoping that we keep O'Reilly for another season at least. So I would get the two of them in, get them signed, and get them on that plane.
Do you think we will keep O'Reilly?
Well, if if you're getting bids for £15 million for Atlanta, of course, you're not going to accept anywhere near that. I would like to think another season it would be here, mate. However, it would make more. No make more sense. But the way this board operates, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go. But it all hinges on Rodgers. Rodgers is the man that seems to be in charge. we've seen that with some of the younger players then want to get Schmeichel in. But I don't know. I would like to hope that we could keep up for another season.
I would like that to happen, but I honestly don't think it's going to. I really don't.
Aye.
Especially when you see like Atlanta sniffing about them. Atletico Madrid, they're in the Champions League as well, and they're probably going to do better than us in the Champions League. Do you know what I mean?
Aye. I think he'd be better suited to one of the Italian teams.
For me, it'll come down to Matt O'Reilly himself. Because Celtic, see if some team, some manager, some club does come in and offer 28, 30 million pounds. Celtic, Matt O'Reilly, Celtic, everybody knows Celtic can't turn that down. So then Celtic's got to say to Matt O'Reilly, right, X team bid 30 million pounds, we're accepting that. Now the decision's yours. Do you want to stay at Celtic or do you want to move on?
Yep. Aye. No, totally. But he's still got a fair few years left in his deal. So the ball's firmly in our court. But it'd be nice to try and build a team. Keep him and build a team in about them and see what happens. But
you never want to lose your best players, do you know what I mean? You really don't.
Nah, but we've over the years we've been unable to keep build a right strong team. But we're hoping the same with Yama and all the rest of it. But the team always gets broken up, and the money and offer down south, that's our business model. We can't be knocking it back.
And there's nobody. Well, there's nobody at Celtic you can blame for that.
No, definitely not.
Do you know what I mean? It's just no, but that's what I'm saying. It's just the way the market is. Like sadly, that's the way it is. It's just we can't. Well, everybody. I mean, it's common sense. We all know we can't compete with wages. Not even just down in England, across the continent. A lot of the bigger countries when they come sniffing about. Look at the amount of young players who have lost in that.
Just about to say that. Mate.
Aye.
Look at
it's not just a Celtic. It's a Celtic problem. It's a bit. I suppose that in a certain way, it's a bit of kind of Scottish football problem. I mean, how do we know that Celtic didn't try and sign Lewis Ferguson and he just I'm going to Italy? Do you know what I mean? How do you know that there wasn't moves to get like Hickey and players like that? But no, I mean, Celtic will never ever get another chance to sign Lewis Ferguson because he's only gone one way now. Do you know what I mean? He's only gone and up.
Aye, yep.
These kind of players, these young players that went and transfer him in Italy and places like that.
You only need to look at the way things are going with that, with Vata and Daniel Kelly. I mean, like the money that I think somebody said to me it was nine grand a week. That Vata's getting down south at Birmingham. No, hardly kicked the ball for Celtic, but he's away down there getting 9 grand a week.
Watford was he went to, wasn't it?
Watford, and then Daniel Kelly as well.
Rodgers is coming out. Rodgers is playing hardball, and that's quite right. That's what I want to see for a Celtic manager.
Totally agree. I mean, they've offered a decent deal. But how many games did they play last season? Maybe about a dozen, 10.
Kelly was Daniel Kelly
involved in. Aye, maybe he's involved in as many as say 10 games. He's been offered a new contract. Rodgers is obviously saying that there's a pathway into the first team for him. He's meant to be a Celtic fan, so he's still not interested in signing a deal. I could understand if there was no pathway into the first team for him, but it looks as if Rodgers is up for trying to get him involved in the squad. The boy Vata, I've been hearing about him for years, and I've never actually seen him. I couldn't tell you anything about him if he was decent or no. But if these kids think they can go on to bigger and better things and do elsewhere, then fair dues on you go. But I wouldn't be. Rodgers is right. I wouldn't be having him in my squad either.
Evening, mate. Celtic supporters podcast. Blackwinder Paul as well. Nice to see you again, mate. Thanks for coming in. Bobby, go and dig out the link for that boys podcast and stick it in the chat, buddy.
What about the ones that have been on moaning, Mark, about us having? Well, we tried to get a keeper last season. Last pre-season, never got one. Hart came out at New Year to say that he was leaving. And now we've come up with, so far, as a 38-year-old, somebody that's older than the keeper we had. Which you're giving or taking that?
Well, maybe just again, it was just Kasper Schmeichel was the best option. I mean, we both agreed it's been a Brendan Rodgers signing. Maybe just as soon as like it was announced. I mean, this is what I'm at least guessing. I'm not saying this is for him, but for all we know, that's who that's who Rodgers has had an eye on all along. Do you know what I mean? Because I mean, even the people, well, why did we not sign him earlier on? Right, he was away. He had options as well, but he was away playing in the Euros. He's played in the Euros. Then he's had a couple of weeks with his family, and he's decided he's decided to take the offer up that Rodgers made him. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Aye, glass half full. I can understand people being a wee bit critical.
Schmeichel, my first choice? Definitely no. Do you know what I mean? Definitely Kasper Schmeichel wasn't my first choice to be the next Celtic #1. But
aye, I'm the same.
I keep saying this to people who've just talked to him privately. I've said it to you, Jerry. The way I'm looking at this transfer window is I'm putting my faith in Rodgers.
Yes. But it's something we've been asking for as well. For seasons we've been blaming Lowell and saying he's got all this and all that. So at least now the manager's going to...
They were on the forum, but somebody, typical the board, we need a new keeper, we've had 6 months to fund one, and we go and sign a free transfer.
Yep.
Such and that. And I'm like, so we moaned last summer that Rodgers didn't get the player he wants, that was the board's fault. Now we've went out and signed the goalkeeper that Rodgers wants, but that's the board's fault as well. I mean, people got to think about things the way they're having an outlook on these things. It's just a contradiction. You can't, just because they're not happy with signing the player, it's bad in the board. But it's not the board. The board that signed them, they've signed off. But it's a manager's choice. So if they're not happy with that, take it up with Brendan Rodgers. Come on and moan about Brendan Rodgers rather than moaning about the board doing what Brendan Rodgers wants.
Aye, no, I'm confident that Rodgers is in total control now of who's coming in and who's going out. That's the first time I can, in a long time, I can say that I've said that. I think he's in total control of who's coming in and who's going out.
Aye. Evening, Celtic. Nice to see you. G-Doc as well. Thanks for coming in, mate. Northampton, Tim Tate. Nice to see you, buddy.
Black Winder, Paul, Daniel Kelly, away, not signing. He wants 20 grand a week. There's no chance that boy's asking for 20 grand a week already. No chance.
You can maybe ask for it, but if there's no way he's getting that at Celtic. I don't even think a team doing. I don't even think I see a team doing in England would pay him 20 grand a week just for the level he's at now. Because you've got to mind, I know all these teams in England, I know they're all cutting their cloth with all these new rules down there, and the thing about all the clubs getting fines and all this kind of stuff. So the money that has been flying about down in England isn't there. It's been kept for their big transfers. Do you know what I mean? They're kind of scattergun approach. You just throwing crazy money. It isn't actually as bad as it's been in previous years.
And sign some of their players for stupid money. I see it the same way that Everton, man, they're selling every day and any day for all sorts of money to try and comply with all this financial fair play.
Aston Villa went and bought a boy off Everton for £50 million.
Aye, I see that Onana have some shit like that. But we'll wait to see. There's still, have you heard any rumours about anybody else? No. Just all about these, about like Schmeichel, Bernardo, and Ida. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see them done quite quickly. Would you?
Nah. I'm expecting at least Ida to be on the plane on Tuesday.
Aye. I'd be hoping so too. The sooner they get them in the better. You don't want them to drag their heels all summer towards the end of the window. Ideally, you want everybody to be in rapid, but it's not going to happen.
That's what was just said earlier on. Guys like Ida and Bernardo, they shouldn't have been dragging on as long as this. I mean,
no.
There's no way the two deals aren't happening.
Yep.
Especially the Ida one. Do you know what I mean? I get told about 2 weeks ago that everyone was agreed except the kind of add-ons and agent fees. Do you know what I mean? That was all to be agreed with the Ida deal. So I was expecting that to be announced before now. I really was. But I mean, even down to the thing, the talk should have started last year with the player himself. Do you know what I mean?
Of course. But as I say, the problem arose because we never had a value when we signed him. I think because it was all lastminute.com, we never managed to get a transfer fee put in any of the deals, what they were wanting. What about the Starfield situation?
Well, I like
Heard a lot.
Starfield.
I liked him and all, but surely to God.
He left. Again, we should be looking for better than him to be partner Carter Vickers.
Aye.
Another boy coming on, Jerry.
That was the way I look at it as well, mate. I like Starfelt, but we're looking for better than him, and he wanted away. So for me, I don't see the clamour for a lot of folks saying, "I go and bring him back." It's not as if he was outstanding. He was a decent player, and he would probably have an improvement in skills. But he's not what we're wanting to be progressing in Europe or doing a wee bit stronger.
All right, Dale.
Yo, what's happening?
All right, mate. You don't need to turn your camera off if you want.
I know.
Oh, starting the full thing off there. What we was talking about there?
Bendy Water.
Bendy Water.
Starfelt.
Aye. But that's, and I've said this before. See, a lot of the people that were being big Starfelt pelters, I bet they'd have took him out to skills last year.
We all would have. Definitely. We all would have. But he's turned into a world beater since he left.
I've seen Jen's been linked to a return as well during the week, yeah. Holy.
I didn't think Jen's was as bad as I didn't think he was that bad.
I bet he wasn't that bad when he was here, but again, surely we're aiming it better than that.
No, I agree. No, I wouldn't. As I've said before, and I think Henke, I don't know, didn't agree with me. See, once they leave, I wouldn't bring them back. And Jota falls into that as well. Aye, there's a good chance he'd be a success. But see, once a player leaves Celtic, I'm not really up for them coming back because returns seldom work in football. And I know, granted, we've got Rodgers back as a manager, but I'm talking players-wise. It rarely works out. And I wouldn't take it. Any of them that have left, I wouldn't bring back. I think we had said in the podcast the other night, we were talking, Foster is only one like that I can remember. We had Mulgrew came back, but he hadn't really played any competitive games. Gary came back again, never done much the second time round. He was just his cover. And then it was Walker, McAvenny, Nicholas. None of them set the hell on fire when they returned. So that's just with us. So I'm no for returns in football, mate.
I would take Jota back. See if we could pull off some kind of we going for £5 million or something like that. I would take Jota back. I definitely would.
That's what I say. He's young enough that it could be a success, but he's only one. I would say that we for that money, it's understandable. But I'm not a fan of bringing him back. He is young enough to probably be able to go in and do something and get us a wage after being a success. But I'm not interested. It's not for me. What's happening? Is this boy coming?
He's away. I think he says he's going to get his laptop got fired up or something like that first.
Oh, right. No sweat at all. So
I made that game. You heard Smell the Gloves talking about big change in that game against St Mirren.
St Mirren?
We get beat 2-0 with St Mirren and James was absolutely honking the full game, wasn't he?
Aye. A couple of horror passes as well.
Remember hit the like button as well when you're in, please, lads.
Oh, I don't know. Bobby's been a bit late with that. We're nearly half an hour in. He's
waiting. He was in right to the start as well.
I know, because I clicked on, see when you text me and asked if I was about, I said aye, and then I jumped straight onto this, and the thing wasn't up, and then I came back out it and went back in 5 minutes later on, and Bobby was already in. I how does he do that, man? Is that, see the Tim Alloy at the start? Is that actual Tim for the forum?
No.
Different.
Aye.
It's
a kind of popular name on social media and stuff like that, isn't it? We Celtic fans, just.
Aye.
So, but the night you get into your dad's for it, did you say?
I've got to get out my dad's there, so he's got the England scarf and the flag and all that look to it. So we're hopefully we'll get a good result. Aye, beat these Spanish 3 or 4-0. Nah, I think I'll go in there and watch it, mate. But I said after that second game, they stumbled right into the. I knew they'd stumble into this final, and anything could happen in a one-off game. But I'm hoping they get smashed.
That's right, but I mean they've not played anybody half decent, and they've struggled against smaller teams in that. I can't. See when I saw the way the kind of route was planned, but again I didn't realise how were they bad, how bad they were to watch their first game. But when you saw the kind of path, you knew there was a chance they were going to end up playing Holland, and Holland was probably the team that you were maybe hoping could maybe beat them.
Aye.
But the clear path to get to the final, they had hard games. But see if I said that if they were coming up against a France or a Spain or something like that earlier on, they would get packed out. No doubt about it, in my opinion, Jerry.
I think so, mate. I think so. It's been pretty gash. So we'll wait to see. But hopefully it's a 4-0 to Spain. I'm hoping it's over by the half time, so he can wipe that smug look off that right and all that's face.
I was reading a thing earlier on that young boy, the young 16-year-old that plays with Spain.
Aye,
he's not allowed to play extra time. See if it goes to extra time the night, he's not allowed to play it. Because he's only 16-year-old.
I think he's just had his 17th birthday though.
Oh well, but it must be because he's under 18 with like daft rules and employment laws and stuff like that.
That's wild,
That's crazy, isn't it? I mean, fair play to the laddie. I mean, 16-year-old, 17, whatever it is, he is noon away playing at 8 Euros, and I mean, he's been the best player in that. I've seen that young boy.
Aye.
Like a breath of fresh air in it. I mean, I know, but see, I said that to you, I think it was to you maybe on the last podcast. See guys like Bellingham and that. I mean, Bellingham was a fantastic player with Real Madrid, but he's not. I mean, apart from that overhead kick goal, he's done hee-haw for England.
He's been shite. I think he had a decent first half. One of their games, maybe the second game, the first half, and then that's been him, that overhead kick. But he's a Rolls Royce player normally, Bellingham. But he's had a shite tournament. That's for sure. A shite tournament.
All right, 2 seconds, Bobby, bud. I'm going to have a scratch at that. Now, for me, but he's definitely been the kind of guy that's caught my eye out them all. Even none of the big name players really shone out at all, didn't they? No. Do you think it's part of this kind of? You know, see, even a lot of people, even on like social media and Twitter, even maybe like journalists and football analysts and that, saying it's like one of the worst tournaments, and it's just the monotonous same type of football. Every manager plays overpassing the ball, overthinking things, and it really is. There's no. What's the word you would kind of call it? Like, there's no kind of freestyle playing. Do you know what I mean? There's no
flair players.
No players are playing with any kind of freedom. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Aye, I know exactly what you mean.
I mean, what's the older teams?
See, like in Scotland, see the way they try to coach your kids now. That's what I was saying. I think was the last podcast. See the kids now, like, they want them to pass, and they're not wanting them to get the ball down and take a man on. It's like, what's the this fucking ticky-tacky? It looks fantastic and how it works well, but what's up with a young boy getting the ball down and going and try and beat somebody? He loses the ball, he loses the ball. But I'd rather him go and try and take a man on and lose it than play a stupid pass and lose it. But the one thing it's been doing my boxing, I just can't fathom it out. You've got female Americans telling you about VAR situations where the ball's going to drop in the hot spot and this shit, and you're thinking, hold on a minute, what's going on in society? Never mind Americans tell you what to do, it's female Americans telling you what to do.
I know.
When it comes to soccer, so I can't. For me. That's the tournament right downhill for me when they employed these idiots. So they're no for me.
It's just it's weird. Everything's just that overanalyzed and everything, isn't it?
Aye, that's exactly that. it's not a hard game. It's just overcomplicated with dummies. So get the ball down, get it played. But I would rather. I've seen it with the youth coaching nowadays. They're all wanting to play this Barcelona tippy tappy passing, which is, as I say, fine. But these players going to take a man on are becoming a thing of the past, unfortunately.
It's just overthought, like it's like is it over tactilized? Would that be an expression? Everything's just it's like a kind of robotic.
Imagine 30 years ago trying to tell the players then that it was somebody coming in that specialises in shies, coming in to work with them. You know what I mean? You get folk that are specialists in shies, by kicks, corners, or this. I'm saying shite, but the game's moving on. But you think, how seriously? You've got somebody specialised in shies?
But I mean, look at those set pieces. Even down to worse shies. See, if you watch Celtic, a lot of their throw-ins and that are just they're not into danger areas, but it's like they're throwing the ball that we're in player, and it's basically turning into a 50-50.
Right.
They're not looking for anybody making space, or if there is people making space.
Right.
I think Milliner was banned, I know.
That's Bobby, 100%.
No, but that's weird. That should be that McMillan unblocked in that. I don't know why that's happening. No. If anybody's listening to this and they're trying to go and they usually go on and it's not working, try and get in touch with us in some way.
Yep. Smoke signals, Morse code, whatever. You'll be fine.
Yeah, Bobby's saying I've seen it before. It's an error on YouTube. There, McMilner there. Evening, McMilner. Sorry about that, mate. I don't know what happened. I happened to plunge earlier on as well, bud. Sorry. I plunged. She said to woman the other night, said it was never a penalty. England, that's right. That was never a penalty, right enough, to be fair, either.
English one? No.
No. That's the kind
You're
of
waiting for Roy Keane to explode. I keep waiting for him to explode with some of the shite that they're talking. I'm like, come on, Keno, man, just lose the plot and they're up to one of these half-wits. But he's not done it yet. He's letting the team down.
Probably needs to watch what he's saying.
Aye. Why be another soup taker?
Aye, maybe that. Aye, maybe just needs to watch it. Do you know what I mean? Watch what he's saying.
Yep.
He's not got the kind of maybe the freedom that he gets, so like when he's sitting doing the daft talk shows with Gary Neville and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Aye. Look, he's everywhere with him.
I was
wondering how long
Ian Wright, I can't go him at all. The guy's a complete arsehole, man. I hate the guy, so I do.
Oh, see,
I hate Arsenal. I know, I hate Arsenal, and I hate how when he played with Arsenal. I wasn't keen when he signed for Celtic, and now I'm back to hating him.
Aye, I was the same, man. See, we signed him. Oh, here we go. What was that? Must have been 98, 99, something like that. Aye.
I'm trying to think back. Who was the manager that signed him? It wasn't Kenny Dalglish, was it? Wasn't him and Barnes? It's not. Wasn't him and Barnes, wasn't it? No.
I'm trying to think. I think it was, mate, by the way, because they were just before O'Neill. And it was just before O'Neill, wasn't it? It was about 98, 99. 99, 2000 it would have been, in fact. Whoever it was horrendous.
It's because I'm trying to picture him. It was like the NTL 99. 1999 we signed him. Aye. It was that NTL. I can picture him with the topo, and do you know what I mean?
That's it. Aye. I think he said it was after Henrik broke his leg. Aye. That was through a wee hit. Remember, it was him, Dion Dublin, was one of a few of them, man.
Aye.
What in God's name are we doing signing these half-wits?
Colin Kazim Richards.
Exactly. Aye,
See, that was Peter Log doing that do the Hannah favour.
Aye, I know. I remember you said.
I can't remember if he took a reporter or something like that in Turkey, and he's agent to get him out of Turkey, PDQ.
Yep.
We phone call, and the next time Peter Log. So I send him out here. We'll take all your shite, doo-doo.
Yep. Aye. No, it's strange days how players like that manage to get a move over to Celtic and then do absolutely hee-haw, but we've got to pay for it. I remember him scoring that against, was it Kelly? I can't remember who it was, but I remember him scoring on his debut because it kept up some feat that he's scored in the debut for every team he's been at. Ian Wright still didn't appeal to me.
Nah. Evening, Dale. Nice to meet you, mate.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening, boys?
All right, bud. Thanks for coming on, Dale.
I know, man. My reception's not very good.
No, you're coming across quite clear. Can hear you quite clear and that.
Oh well, all good, man. All good then. What's happening anyway, boys?
Not a lot here, bud. What you saying to it? What's your take on Kasper Schmeichel?
I think he's a upgrade on Joe Hart.
Seen a few people saying that he's a better keeper than Hart.
Aye, mate, he is, but he is. Listen, Joe Hart came in. The fans loved him. He was all that. I'll throw my gloves in. I'm a cracking guy and all that. Kasper Schmeichel's a better keeper by far. I think he's going to turn 38, 39 this year. I think it's a fucking phenomenal signing, by the way.
That's why I've not been in the streets as far as that, but I'm definitely happy about it. But I've seen a lot of people saying that he's better than Hart. And see the things that we're saying about people are saying about Schmeichel. It was all said about Hart as well. I mean, I seen somebody on Twitter saying, asking the question, if he'd signed Manuel Neuer on a free transfer, would we all be moaning? And he's older than Schmeichel. I'm not comparing Schmeichel as good as Manuel Neuer, but a goalkeeper really, the age thing for me doesn't really matter that much. Who was an Italian guy I know that played into his 40s and stuff?
Zoff won the World Cup at 40.
No, not that long ago. The Juventus, Buffon, wasn't it? That was his name.
He never won. Won it? Or didn't he win it? He did win the World Cup with him, aye. But Zoff
Sure
was
he
40.
did.
Italy.
Aye. But I mean, that Buffon went on and won Champions Leagues and everything when he was like 39 and 40 and stuff like that. Aye, Thomas Grady, Buffon. So age really, the age thing doesn't really bother me, to be honest with you. That's you back, Dale.
Aye, thank fuck.
Smell the glove I was getting ready to accept.
They're
Nose off.
I started laughing at that. I think he's a good keeper, but better than Hart, I don't know. From when we talked about the last couple of seasons,
of course he's better than Hart, man. Of course he's better than Hart, man. Of course he is.
When?
You need to take the fucking I love this guy and we put fucking big fucking Higgs up and all that. Then Joe Hart was an absolute legend, but was he a brilliant keeper? Was he really?
I'd see. Nah. See, if you get back,
cracking keeper. Man,
he was
a cracking keeper at City.
Aye, but so was Schmeichel's a cracking keeper at Leicester.
Like Schmeichel was a cracking keeper at Leicester. Exactly, that's where we take it from. The last couple of seasons, they've played at different levels and elect in these. So wait and see. I'm hoping he does. I think vocally, I think he'll organise his defence. He's not going to lose that, and I think he'll fill the presence that Joe Hart had in that changing room, and he's will to win.
Aye.
Definitely, couldn't agree. I just hope that he's still got it. I think for another season he'll be fine. He'll definitely be fine, and he's a Rodgers signing, so we can't really. Although we want to complain about we're not getting this young keeper and coming keeper, he's a Rodgers signing. We've been mumping and moaning that Rodgers or that Lawwell's getting too much say. So I'm happy enough with it.
Aye, so am I.
Brian saying there, but the bottom line is Celtic fans. It doesn't matter who Celtic sign. For every fan it's like excited about the signing or looking forward to seeing it, there's somebody that's going to moan about it.
Yeah,
of course.
I know.
It's just the way it is. Do you know what I mean?
I know. I think with Schmeichel is it's like, it's a brilliant signing, and I think most of the Celtic fans will be like, but why you signing this guy? Why have you not got a goalkeeper at this point? See the high Schmeichel is for me that this is the first season of the new Champions League, isn't it?
Yep.
So
Mhm.
I think if you get a guy in that won the Premier League, he's just finished playing the Euros. He's just got a massive presence,
Yep.
huge presence. So if we get him loaned, I get him loaned for a year, and then we can build on it next year. So I just think it's I don't think it's a statement. To be honest with you, I don't think it's a statement, but I just think that Schmeichel.
For me, Rodgers has went with a safe pair of hands that he trusts.
Yes, mate, 100%, man.
See if it was somebody had said to you, look, we're going to sign the captain to a team that's playing the Euros and he's going to have a decent tournament, would have all bit the hand off, say aye, definitely. So I think
Exactly, Jerry. There's people on the forum that I've seen, even in the last pod, there was people on there saying, I've seen on the chat and that, people saying there's no way Celtic will be signing any player that's for the Euros or out with price range and stuff like that.
I don't agree with that at all, but don't agree with that at all. But no, I think
I've seen somebody saying there, I know Schmeichel could go to the next World Cup. I think he will be at that World Cup.
It could be, by the way. Could be.
As you
But
said, they'll keep see, the thing is with keepers, like they can play a bit later, but see the modern game, players are lasting a lot longer because of this sports side of stuff and nutritionists and all the rest of it. So it's 38 the now is no 38 it was maybe 10, 15 years ago. It'd be ideal if he's getting an eye on that 2026 World Cup. So keep his performance levels high.
And maybe it's not us like it's maybe no accepting that what you're saying there, Jerry, about the modern game. It's like when I was younger, very, very rarely a player played till he was even like 33, 34.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then it was a player, and then they were getting to like 35 was getting to the age where a lot of them retired. And it's just came up bit by bit as generation passes because you said the sports science side of things is keeping all the outfield players and a lot of players in peak physical condition and that. And the goalkeeper, as long as it's not even really doing to fitness or none with goalkeeper, it's just how much their body can take, the bashing about and diving about and stuff like that. And as long as they feel all right in their self then. And Schmeichel's that, for me again, what you're talking about there, Dale, he's that kind of good a professional, the way he conducts himself, like the influence he's got about him. If he didn't think he could win and be Celtic's number one next season, I don't think he'd have came and done it.
Nah.
For me, there's no risk that he's going to break down in mid-August or mid-October, injured, or do you know what I mean?
I think it's the Joe Hart effect as well. So when Joe Hart came for Man City, everybody was like, he's a bit of a dick. I don't like him. I don't like Joe Hart came to Celtic. He's won a double and a treble. So Schmeichel's looking for the outside in, going, I'm going to retire next year. I'm going to go to Paradise. I'm going to play in derbies. I'm going to play against Rangers. I'm going to possibly win a treble. I'm going to get the fans in my back. Mate,
I'm going to play in the Champions League at my age.
100%, man. At 38, if you've got a chance to come to Celtic Park at 38 years of age as a goalkeeper, you're biting the fucking horn off them. That's not happening as a left back, a right back, a centre half. As a goalkeeper, I think Schmeichel could be there. I think it's a loan deal if I've read it right. So if Schmeichel comes next year, the fans will absolutely get on board with him, man. They'll love him.
See this time next year, there'll be people saying, give him a scouting job or give him a coaching job or something like that. That always happens. It was happened with Hart, wasn't it? Could we not give him a coaching role and that? You know what I mean?
I know.
Northampton, Tim, agreeing with you, Del boy.
I would love to say I agree with you, agreed with it, but I can't remember what I said, man, so well done.
Oh, you'll fit in well on here then.
Nah, you're damn tootin', mate. You're damn tootin', man.
It's a free transfer. Schmeichel into aye.
No, I think it's a loan deal for a year. 1 year loan.
I thought his contract had expired anyway.
By the way, take fuck all what I say gospel, by the way. But I thought it was a loan deal for a year.
They went for Nice to Anderlecht, so whether he signed a 2 year or whatever with Anderlecht, possibly. But I think he played most of last season anyway for Anderlecht.
I already played 30 odd games, aye.
So hopefully it's a free. That would suit the board even better. But as I say, it's Rodgers signing, so the board are taking the flack here.
And I was reading something earlier on, and it was talking about, right, even though we've got all that money in the bank, that isn't Rodgers' transfer budget. You know what I mean? Rodgers will be told how much he's got to spend this summer. Maybe Rodgers has even looked at it. Well, I could get Kasper Schmeichel on a free, and that leaves me. I'm not paying any money, so I can invest that in other areas of the team. I'm getting a good goalkeeper for nothing, and I'm not taking any of my budget away from you. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of different permutations and reasons why it's happened, but as Jerry keeps saying, it's a Rodgers signing. Just need to back him.
Aye, we do, but on the flip side of that, we're 4 weeks away for kick-off and nobody's in, man. Nobody's in. And I don't want to be the fucking damp squid guy. We've no signed any cunt, but
I'm always positive, but it's even starting to get to me a wee bit.
I know, mate. I try to be that way as well. And that's why Rodgers left the last time. That's why he left the last time. But when you look at Big Ange, when he came in January the 1st, bang, 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 signings. And
but he didn't he?
I don't know, man.
Big Carter Vickers was signed on the last day of the season. The last day of the season, the last day of the window when Ange first came in. Big Giacomakis was signed on the last day of the window. So, isn't it? We were talking about this earlier on, Jerry. When was the last time, in the chat, you can get involved in this, when was the last time that, even looking back, right, I'll say it the new, Ange signed a lot of shite as well. When was the last time that Celtic had what you would call a real good transfer window?
Remember the window we get? I can't remember. I said that to you, Marco, but remember the window we get about 6 of them in, the winter window where it was Robbie Keane.
Aye.
And about 4.5 dozen. But still, that was with an influx of players then. But I don't know when the last right good window we had. And we all wanted players in for the first day of pre-season, but there's too many permutations now to get into a deal negotiations. I still think we'll have Bernardo and Ida for that, at least that second game. And then we're hoping you're getting your centre half and left back in rapid. But we'll just need to wait and see.
What do you think of the left back situation?
Oh man, I hate fucking giving Greg Taylor stick, man. I really do, but he was dog shite last year. There's no point pussyfooting about it. So in Europe and in the SPL, everybody targeted Greg Taylor, but 100%. And I like Taylor, but who have you got as backup if Taylor's injured? Bernabe, fucking fanboy.
He's still in South America and loan, isn't he, Bernabe?
Yes.
Aye, he missed his flight, man. He's in Uruguay getting his boss sucked, you know what I mean? So,
but see, I've been saying this to Jerry and that as well. People are saying we need to improve. We need to get a better left back in than Greg Taylor. Right? Has Greg Taylor only got a year left in his deal?
I think so.
Greg Taylor, Greg Taylor's not got to be happy to go from our first choice to our second choice. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I wouldn't be totally surprised if Greg Taylor left Celtic this summer.
I don't think so. Who's going to buy him? Who's going to buy him for a kicker?
Real Madrid. That's how much I love you, Greg Taylor, Dale boy.
Listen, I like Taylor, and the thing is with Taylor is when Ange Postecoglou was there, Greg Taylor was one of the best players in the team. It was one of the first names in the team sheet, and I just think that Brendan's come in, obviously a totally different setup of the team, and Taylor last year was just, he was bad, man. He was really bad, and I don't like giving him stick, but I think if you look for the team from the back to the front, you're looking at 6-7 signings, and I might be a bit pessimistic, but obviously goalkeeper, Alistair Johnson gets injured. Are you happy with Alton? If Taylor gets injured, are you happy with Bernabe? I think it has to be a massive turnaround this year. 6-7 signings for me, mate. Midfielder, 2 centre forwards, 2 full backs, goalkeeper, centre half, and I don't know, man.
But do you think Matt Riley's further off, Dale?
I think Riley's got to go. He's got to go. I think, who was the last man? Atalanta.
Aye.
He's got to go. But what do you take for Matt Riley? Jota was 25 million, so 40 million for Riley, and he's gone nowhere for me. Honestly,
I don't think we'll I'd love them to hold out for 40 million. But and see the thing about it, I know you want to see if today, see if you got 40 million pound for like Matt Riley. See even if you get the 30 million pound for Matt Riley, why can Brendan Rodgers no say get 12 million of that to go and sign his replacement? Do you get what I mean? There's got to be a tipping point at Celtic at some point. I mean, I was reading up some of the stuff this Mark Cooper guy spoke about, and that it seems that he was all over Twitter for ages slagging off Celtic's transfer policy and stuff like that. And now he's got a job with Celtic, he's deleted all the tweets, but he was talking about it. Mark Cooper, he's a new scout that we've brought in.
Right.
He funds some big player from South America that's I think he's at Real Madrid or something like that now, but the guy's meant to know what he's talking about. But he's comparing even like us to like clubs like Porto and that, and the boys he really seemed to know what he's talking about. And he's saying you upgrade if you're getting more money for coming in and transfer fees, you upgrade the pool that you're fishing in. You know what I mean? If you're getting that's what he's saying. And Celtic don't do that. You know what I mean? It's like I'm saying, see if you get somebody for if you get 30 million pound for Matt Riley, why can Celtic no go and shop in the 10 to 15 million pound bracket to replace him and just you're still banking another 15 million pound?
Yeah.
And that's what this guy's saying. And I was reading a lot and I was go to think it's like that's exactly the way you put it. If you upgrade what the actual pool that you're looking at, there's no point in just spending getting the 30 million pound in, and then right, where are we going? Right, we'll go back and look at the 5 million pound bracket and see who's available to replace Matt Riley. Push the boat out. That's the way the team will kind of evolve. And again, if they come in 15 million pound and they're a success, you can ask 35 million pound for them in a couple of years.
I couldn't agree more with what you've both said, but it's just not going to happen. It's just no. I don't know why. I think that's the ideal situation, Mark. And you look at the money that Porto have brought in over the years, it's been phenomenal. But it's just not the way we're going to operate, unfortunately.
Even that Atlanta, they're in for a Riley. You know, Mikey's right into the way their transfer. I mean, and that's that Lee Congerton that done a lot of that work for them.
Yep.
You've made a fortune in the transfer market over the last couple of years.
I think the thing is with Celtic fans being a bit fickle is that. But go back to Martin O'Neill when he signed Neil Lennon, £5 million, big Sutton and all that. So we're going back 24 years and we're no spending the money we did 2 decades
Aye,
ago.
I
Two,
know.
two,
Spot
2
on.
decades ago. So I don't know.
Even look at the money we paid for Ayo Berkovic back then.
No, mate, I know. It's just I think if you're a Celtic fan, you need to be you need to be realistic. That's the thing, and I don't think the younger generation are realistic that they want to go out and spend 15, 20 million on players. And the Scottish League's pish. Let's be perfectly honest about it. It's absolute pish. You've got games last year with the Rotten Mob against Dundee, and games are getting called off and all that. The product is absolute dog shit. The only thing we can project to players is Glasgow Celtic Football Club is one of the biggest institutions in world football, and that's a fact. That's an absolute fact. And we're going to be playing Champions League next year, but if you're looking at pairing £15 million players, and these guys are sitting on the couch with a cup of coffee watching fucking Motherwell versus Livingston, like fuck that. I ain't going there, man. I'm going to play in League Two in fucking England. So I think Celtic fans need to kind of take a wee step back and realise that the players we're going to get in aren't going to be the ones we really want. You know what I mean? I think it's a good thing that Law that's away. Obviously, Maravchik that's doing a wee bit of stuff on the outside, but 10, £50 million players, and that's the dream. That's the dream.
But again, we're talking about like even doing inflation and stuff like that. We went and get Edward for 9 million. You know what I mean? It's if you look at it, you've got. I mean, the day side. I mean, we moan about it and I hate using the word right. Projects, amount of projects Celtic sign. But if you're spending more money on a better level of project, I mean, Edward was a project. Dembele, I mean, see if you had to get Dembele just for that cross-border fee, much would Dembele have cost you if you went to go and buy him?
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? Things like that. I mean, I say this all the time. The transfer fees doesn't bother me. It's more because that's just between the clubs trying to balance that. A lot of times it's clubs just balancing their books and stuff like that with the transfer fees they're looking for. But it's actual. But if Celtic can spot a young player that's just maybe in the outskirts, I say just use PSG as an example. I mean, who was it that big boy that tore us apart for PSG? And he'd been PSG's books at the same time as Edward. And then was it Congerton came out and said that he tried to sign him for his Mudrick, was it?
Aye,
I can't remember. It was a big guy like that. I mean, go and look at these big teams across Europe and look at their kind of 19 and 20-year-olds, right? And the big teams might want £15 million for them, £12 million, which is probably peanuts to them. It's a hell of a lot of money for us. But we're getting a cracking player for us, and we know that in a couple of years' time, we'll at least be able to get our money back for him. And Cuckoo, that was it, Bobby. And Cuckoo, aye. You're going to at least be able to get your money back from. And these young players, I mean, the thing that you're saying, Del Boy, is, well, we're guaranteed it this year, but next year's probably got to be a struggle. You're coming to play in the Champions League. You know what I mean? Because there's not a lot of clubs picking these kind of youngsters off the other teams across Europe. You know what I mean? They're going to give them the chance. You know what I mean? In a Champions League team. You know what I mean? Like Man City's not going to buy a young player for, say, again, PSG for £12 million and put them straight into their first team. Whereas you come to Celtic, you're getting straight into that first team. You'll be playing in the Champions League next season, man. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what the scouts are there for. You know what I mean? We're just sitting here blaring a lot of shit about it, but we make it sound so simple today. But I keep saying this as well. I've never had a problem with the amount of money Celtic spend. It's the way they spend it. It's the way they spend it, and they need to get rid of kind of wage cap. There's no, why can Celtic not go and sign again a striker? But you might get a striker for £6 million, but because his club's wanting rid of him, he's only got a year left in his contract. But he might want 50, 60 grand a week wages. But if you're signing a striker that's capable of scoring you goals in Europe and stuff like that, 60 grand a week's more than doable for Celtic.
That should be. It should be, and that's the thing that pisses the fans off, man. You go to Celtic Park, and I renewed my season ticket this year, and it was fucking 900 quid. And times that by fucking 60,000. And all you want is these guys for 1 or 2 years. Jota, 1 or 2 years. I don't mind guys coming to Celtic Park and game at the day and then fuck off. I don't mind it.
Aye, using it as a stepping stone. I've not got any bother with that either.
Aye, because that's what Celtic is. That's what Celtic is. Whether the fans like it or no, players come to Celtic. The Premiership eyes are on them. The Spanish eyes are on them, and then they go after 2 years. I don't mind it. Come, maybe you do, win a couple of leagues, win a couple of titles, and then fuck off. But it's just, you're right what you say. It's just the money. They don't spend any money. They've no spent fuck all. The season ticket money, the Champions League money, it's ridiculous how much I've got in the bank. And I just think the fans have been so short-changed, big time. And
there isn't many clubs in the world that are sitting with £100 million in the bank.
I know.
Real Madrid, Barcelona, there is not all these big, massive clubs that are meant to be mega rich aren't sitting with £100 million in the bank. But and look, Barcelona, we're better off than Barcelona. We're better run than Barcelona.
I know. But we don't spend it. That's
the main problem.
And that's the thing. The league kicks off in 3 weeks. The 4th of August or whatever it is, Sunday, and you've got a 39-year-old goalkeeper in. So I just think it's a kick in the balls to the fans. I really do. It's a kick in the balls to the fans, and I don't want to sound pessimistic because in the next fucking 14 days we could have 4 or 5 players in. We don't know what's going to happen, but it just stinks. The last time that Brendan was there, and he fucked off, and I've just got a funny feeling he might fuck off again. By the way, and that might be just pessimistic side. Kudo with me. Don't hold me to it, but just back the guy, man. Back him. He's a wee shot at Europe. Get some 10, 15 million pound players in. A couple of 28, 29, 30-year-old guys that have played the Champions League. Kasper Schmeichel. Just splash the cash, man. Back the fans. Give them something to be fucking excited about. Get guys outside Park Keys with the scarves above their head, and just don't fuck us about, man. Fuck us about. It's Ange Postecoglou. Ange Postecoglou seemed to run the club from top to bottom, and for me, it seems to be Brendan's come in, and it's just went back to kind of phase 1, and he's not got a say in it. Fuck those, man. I don't know. I think it's man.
Nah, Roger's over there. I think he'll get backed, and I think he'll be calling the shots. I would want all the transfers done as rapid. I'd like them all in for the first day of pre-season. But I think he's calling the shots. I think it's going to take a wee bit longer than we would like. But I think he's waiting to get the players in that he wants, rather than just sign nine or 10 players they know that he could have signed just to beef up the squad. I think he's wanting to try and get rid of some of the deadwood, but I'm more than confident that he'll be here. He's calling the shots, and he'll get the right amount of players in that he wants. This is the most confident I've been for a long time, and I'm kind of happy the way things. I'm not happy the way things are transfer wise, but from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing with regards to the young boys, no, if they're not prepared to sign their deals, then hunting them. Schmeichel's definitely a keeper that he's wanted in. Whether we get another keeper in, a younger keeper to try and bed him in, fair dues. I don't think we've got the foresight for that. However, it would be nice. Ida, Bernardo, they'll come in. They'll take us back up to kind of the squad we had last season. And I'm sure that Rodgers is no daft enough that he'll not try and bring in a few extra bodies or add quality into that team for Europe. I think we'll be fine. I think we just need a wee bit of patience. And granted, we're 3 weeks away the day for the league starting, but it's 3 weeks a day that we'll be top of the league. So we'll be fine, lads. Don't worry about it.
See, we will leaving the day as well. That'll push the Ida thing closer as well. I mean, people say, no, we didn't need to wait for O to leave to sign Ida. But what if O didn't leave? It's another player that Brendan Rodgers is. Do you get what I mean? There's got to be. I'm not meaning for that we need the money for O to buy Ida, but if come the end of the transfer window, if O hadn't left, it was still there. You know what I mean? We've bought Ida, you've got Kyogo, you've got Ida, you've got O, all looking for game time.
Yeah.
So even though these things have got to get took into consideration, you maybe got to wait till players actually are out the club to pull the trigger on players coming in the club, because anything could happen. You know what I mean? Anything could happen. That deal could have fell through and O could have ended up injured, or anything could have happened. So maybe sometimes you've got to actually wait, especially with the bloated squad that we've got. Do you know what I mean? Because you're no want players. You're no want players coming in and being unhappy. You want players that want to be at Celtic, but you want players that know their level. They're coming in and like O obviously wanted to be playing. You know what I mean? That's what one of the reasons he went. He's obviously going to be getting a lot more regular game time than he would have ever get at Celtic.
Yep.
So no, that's one less player that is in that situation that he knows he's not getting near the team. He's pulling other people down. Things like that. Do you know what I mean? There's a reason for everything like that, and I think now that O's out the club, that's us black and white. We've lost us. We're a striker down, so we need to replace him. And that's the trigger will be pulled on the Ida deal. I think he'll be. I'm expecting him and Schmeichel maybe even to be announced tomorrow.
Aye.
Hopefully, man.
I mean, there's rumours that Schmeichel's in that hotel at Blythewood and all that, but I don't believe all that. See, if you've seen him, why have you not got a picture? It's no hard to miss him. You know what I mean? It's no hard to miss Kasper Schmeichel. And everybody in their dog's got a phone in their camera these days. So all these stories I take with a bit of a pinch of salt.
Yep. No,
Right, I'll wind that up then, Jerry, seeing as you're on your way out for the game with your
England flag on.
Your England flag on, your face painted, your St George's cross in that.
Aye. No bother. Dale, good talking to you. Thanks for having us, guys. It's been emotional. And I'll talk to you all soon.
Hey, bother, Jerry, right? Hopefully you're enjoying the night in Spain. Whack these bombs anyway.
Oh, you better.
Catch you later on, bud.
I pass on to you. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Good night, bud. Thanks very much again, Dale, for coming on, mate. Nice to speak to you. Anytime we're on, you want to jump on, you're more than welcome, bud.
Hey, Bob.
Everybody in the live chat, hope you enjoyed it. Just a wee hour show just to put some content out and a wee blather and that, and thank you, amazing. In case England win.
Spania, man.
I know, man. Hopefully, I can't. Surely Spain will beat them, man.
Well,
they've got to.
If they pay, I'm going on the podcast with my fucking boss. Got to kick that. Kick the guy out of the back with the Union Jack flag out. So we'll see, mate. We'll see. So if I'm not on Monday, I'll be in the jail, right? So God bless you.
I hope you don't. Then you know I end up in the jail or that.
Yeah,
thanks everybody that joins in. Everybody in the live chat. Hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your nights. Hopefully, everybody that listening back. Thanks very much for all of that, to support and stuff like that. Remember, hit the like button. If you know how, leave a comment on it as well. Hail, lads. Good night and God bless.
Bye.